What's going on, everyone? Just making sure everyone can hear me because for some reason my StreamYard just gave me a notification that my mic wasn't working, but on my end it looks like it's working, so we should be good. Ready to roll. What's up, everyone? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. It's crazy that it is already this far into the season. Already week 10. It's crazy, honestly. It feels like the season has just begun, and we're already almost out of here. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to make anyone panic. We still got a decent amount of the fantasy season left, but we're over the hump. We're over halfway in, and it's a little bit crazy. It feels like the season just started a couple days ago, and now the season is over halfway over. So, again, no need to panic. We're still going to have some fun, but it's kind of crazy. It always hits me pretty hard around like once it gets into the double-digit weeks, right? And that's exactly where we're sitting right now. I'm going to get into your guys' questions in just a couple of seconds. I appreciate all you guys for joining. I posted on the community page, which I don't even know how that gets to you guys, but a lot of people saw it. They liked it. I really do appreciate all you guys. We just recently hit 30,000 subscribers, which is just like a fucking crazy number, right? When you think about things. Obviously, there's YouTube channels out there with like millions of subscribers, right? Maybe one day I'll get 1 million, but at the end of the day, 30,000 to me is crazy. When I started doing this, I was 18, 19 years old. I was in college, and I always had pretty high hopes of this becoming big. And obviously, it's even bigger than I ever thought it could be. It's truly crazy how big the space of fantasy football is nowadays. And again, without all of your guys' help, none of this shit is possible. So I just want to thank all you guys. I really do appreciate all of you guys, everyone that's in the streams, everyone that watches the videos. It means the world to me. If you're new to the channel, obviously, I don't think anyone's new that shows up this early on, but I would do appreciate all you guys, whether you just started watching my stream a couple days ago or if you've been watching since fucking like 2019, 2018. I really do appreciate all you guys. Love you guys all so much. And again, I really appreciate you guys. So we're going to get into the questions in just about half of a second, and then we're just going to roll for the rest of the night. So make sure you guys leave your questions in chat. If you guys do enjoy the stream, make sure you guys like the stream as well. I'm just posting my my rankings on the Patreon while I talk to you guys. And then we're going to get on into things here. I am not a master at Excel. I wish I was better at using Excel. That's something I've always wanted to know how to do better. I've watched videos on it. I'm still not good at it. Might have to have someone fucking teach me. Might have to go take some lessons. But that's where we're at. What's up? 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 Everyone's talking about the DJ Moore revenge game, but y'all know who else has a revenge game today? We got fucking the kicker. Pinheiro, the guy for the Panthers. He is the backup. He used to be the kicker of the Bears, Pinheiro Dinero, and now he is the starting kicker of the Panthers. So a bit of a revenge game there for him. Obviously, DJ Moore is a big revenge game, and someone with DJ Moore on a lot of teams. I'm hoping DJ Moore goes crazy today, but we all know that probably won't end up happening, right? Even if we all hope so. All right, let's get on into the questions here. Throw you guys up on the main screen. All right. Do I start T-Law or Kyler? I would play Trevor Lawrence, and then McBride or Ingram. I would go with Ingram. I'm scared. No need to be scared. Another 50 burger for more this Thursday. I hope so. Najee or Gus Bus. Keaton Mitchell did get banged up. Obviously, it's not severe enough as if we know right now to be ruled out, but that is something to monitor. Obviously, if he doesn't end up playing, that is going to be a dagger into the ship here. Yo, checking in. Carolina D tonight or Indy? I would go with Carolina. Do we trust Chase? And if he's back, he starts. Yes, you have to play him. Fuck no, baby. Even Foreman too tonight. Foreman's fine tonight. Again, nothing. I'm not super excited about Foreman, but I think everyone who has Foreman kind of knows what's going to happen, right? He'll have an okay game without Khalil Herbert. Pendejo. Fuck no, baby. Friendship ended with Flock Fantasy. Now Notorious Fantasy is my best friend. Exactly. Hubbard or Jerome Ford? Hubbard. Just so you guys know, if you watch other fantasy YouTube channels, that's okay as well. I know not everyone just watches me. Still love you regardless. Trade JT and Deontay Johnson for Eckler. I don't really need Deontay. Yeah, that's fine with me. Congrats on 30,000. Thank you very much, Smooth Criminal. I appreciate you. I like Donta Foreskin tonight. I'm kind of average on Donta Foreman tonight. I feel like he's going to have a decent game. I don't think it's going to be anything to write home about, right? Where it's like, oh my God, Foreman did this, this, and that. Like, I have a bunch of teams that are getting battered by the bye weeks where my running backs just absolutely suck donkey cock, and I have to play Donta Foreman. But I fully acknowledge that Donta Foreman is not, in my opinion, the most ideal of starts. But again, Bajent has been decent. Panthers defense not the best against the run, so Foreman's fine. But again, I'm not like super excited to throw him into my lineup personally. Sup, Nick? Ferg or Komet? Reason I'm scared to play Ferg is because last time I played the Giants, he didn't do much of anything. Yeah, I'm not really too worried, though. I'd play Ferg, and that was his first ever NFL game, so I don't think there's really much reason to panic. T. Higgins is going to be out for... He's week to week. Seems like he's going to be out Sunday. That is, as they say, no bueno. That is no bueno for Mr. T. Higgins. Nick, congrats on 30K, man. Thank you. Start one, Zach Moss, JSN, Demario Douglas, or Antonio Gibson. I would go with JSN. What do you think about Keaton Mitchell? I think he's banged up, and I'm a little bit worried. Again, I'm not banging the drum for him. If he plays, he's like a high upside shot. Stream the Bengals, Vikings, or Colts defense. I would go with... Let me consult the rankings here before I just fucking say something and it's wrong. Bengals, Vikings, or Colts? Bengals play the Texans. I don't necessarily love them. Vikings play the Colts, play the Saints. That's not really that great either. Colts got the Patriots. I think based upon that, I'd go with the Bengals because the Bengals defense is the best out of that group. Let's go Bengals. Would you trade Higgins for Adams? Yeah. Pick 3, Addison, Godwin, Ridley, Myers. I'd go Godwin, Ridley, and Myers. I wish the Dolphins would have beat the Chiefs / the Queefs. I do too. I do too. I'm sorry that my camera's out of focus right now. It'll fix itself in a second. Whoop. There we go. 12-team PPR. Should I trade my Deontay Johnson, Garrett Wilson, Kincaid for Tyreek Hill? My team is stacked. To me, that feels like a little bit too much. DJ Moore and Foreman tonight or bench DJ? They're both fine. Foreman or Algier? Foreman. Should I trade Bijan? Look, right now, if you trade Bijan Robinson's value right now is like basically nothing. Everyone is fucking scared to death about Bijan Robinson. Everyone, rightfully so, right? I'm not sitting here. I was a Bijan truther. You guys, if you were here during the fantasy offseason, I was banging the drum, screaming to the mountaintops about how I love Bijan Robinson. He's great at Texas, looked really good for his NFL profile, and I thought he'd be great. Now, obviously, we're sitting here 9 games into the season, 8 games. I don't remember if they had a bye week yet or not, but he's been okay, right? He's shown us that he could be great, but the coaching staff there, Arthur Smith's a buffoon. So I'm not trading him because I think Arthur Smith might end up getting shipped off after this week. YKFGLB8. You know, I don't even know. I was going to try to like make up some type of a name there, but I can't even think about it. Labyrinth. Arthur needs to go. I agree. Who do you got in the fights on Saturday? I definitely am going with Alex Pereira, however the fuck you say his name, Puntan. And I like Aspinall better, but I'm starting to think the Russian bastard or wherever that guy's from, he looks Russian. I'm starting to think he's going to win as well. But I'm definitely riding with Puntan. He is one of my favorite UFC fighters. All right, start. Jacoby, thank you for the super chat. Don't want to fucking get too much off of tangent here. We're only 10 minutes in the stream. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed. Shout out to all 77 of you. Start Jacoby Myers over Dell. Yes. Stevenson or Montgomery? Montgomery. Choose one flex. Dotson, Addison, Ford, Ridley, Kirk, Dell, and then Lover Lawrence. Okay. Myers over Dell. Dell probably has more upside, but Myers has been incredibly safe over the last couple of weeks. Basically the whole season. So we're going Myers, even with Aiden O'Connell. Stevenson or Montgomery? I'd go Montgomery. I really think Montgomery is going to get pushed into a very high workload. I think with him returning, they are going to use him as if they did earlier on the season. Now, Gibbs has shown a lot. Yes, I agree. But we all know Dan Campbell probably still wants to use Montgomery. Ben Johnson, we're going with Montgomery. So Jacoby Myers, Montgomery, easy. The flex is where it starts to get a little bit difficult here. Ford, I do not like the matchup. I like the player, though. Fuck no, baby. Kirk. I like Kirk. I like Dotson, Dell. I'd go Kirk. I think Kirk is probably your safest bet. I think that could be a real high-scoring game with the Jags. So we're going to go Kirk. We're going to go Myers. We're going to go Montgomery. And then we're going to go with Trevor Lawrence. Try not to overthink things with Trevor Lawrence this week. Don't try to get too cute. I think Trevor Lawrence is the better start than Love. Love hasn't really shown me too much recently. He looked great to start off the season, but right now we're going to go with Lawrence over Love. So Lawrence, we're going to go Christian Kirk. We are going to go with Montgomery, and we are going to go with Jacoby Myers. All right. You're going the exact opposite. You got Jiri and Aspinall. I like Jiri. He's an interesting watch. My heart would lean with Aspinall, but I think I'm so bad with these guys' names, like with pronouncing someone's name. I don't even know how to spell it off the top of my head, the guy that he's fighting, but I'd lean with the other guy. But I definitely like Alex over Jiri. Alex has been one of my favorite fighters ever since he sent he didn't technically send him to the Shadow Realm, but he outboxed Izzy, and I'm a Izzy hater in the UFC. Love your humor. Last minute. Thank you, Kathy. I really appreciate you. Last minute. Hubbard or Najee? Thank you for all your hard work. Thank you so much. So for me, I would go with Hubbard. Now, I know Najee Harris has actually performed as of recently. You guys know, if you've been here for a while, I'm a Najee Harris detractor. I was someone that wasn't as low. I think Spock was like completely off from what I remember from the offseason. He was so off on Najee Harris. He was fucking spraying some hate on Najee Harris, and he was probably correct. I was more of like, hey, I don't like Najee, but if he falls, you can take him. But in most leagues, based upon where he was going, I was off of him. Najee has looked good recently. The Steelers' offense is still pretty so-so. I think they do have room to get better, but if Kenny Pickett can't throw more than 2 touchdowns in a majority of games, like that just doesn't cut it. So for me, I'm going with Hubbard. I think Bryce Young's going to look significantly better than he did last time out. Bryce Young kind of looked like shit last week, if we're being honest with you. So I think Hubbard is clearly the running back one there. I know they still have Miles Sanders, but I think Hubbard has good odds to score a touchdown tonight because, there's not too many great players on either of these teams. The defense of the Bears is kind of soft, so I would go with Hubbard. Again, it's not like Hubbard is up here, Najee down here, but to me, Hubbard here, Najee here, I go with the guy ranked above the other guy, and that would be Hubbard. Next question here. Jeffrey, thank you for the super chat, my man. I really appreciate you. Hey, pick one. I always appreciate seeing you here, Jeffrey. Pick one for the flex, PPR, Tyler Boyd, Drake London, or Zay Flowers. Thanks. No problem. So Tyler Boyd has now entered a situation to where Tyler Boyd is startable. Now, I'm not saying that Tyler Boyd is a must start. I'm not going to say, and I'm doing some fucking Jack Sparrow hand movements right here. I just watched the original Pirates of the Caribbean the other day with my dad and my brother. That movie's straight flames. But back on into things here. Boyd is now like a start-worthy guy, but he's not a guy that I'm going to sit here and just claim like, oh, you need to rank him inside the top 20 or something, because we saw Irv Smith usage last week. They used Mixon a lot on the goal line, so he's kind of not ranked super high. Zay Flowers, to me, would be the answer. Now, I know Zay Flowers has shit the bed in back-to-back weeks, but I think the Ravens have a good spot to be in a potentially high-scoring game here. I know that both defenses are good, but I think Zay Flowers is going to pop the cherry this week, play a lot better. So I would go with Zay Flowers. Drake London probably still going to be somewhat banged up. So I'm just going to go with Zay Flowers. I think he has the most upside. And to be honest with you, he also kind of feels like the safest bet out of all of those guys. Why do so many people dislike Israel, the UFC fighter? I have never liked Israel Adesanya recently. Now, when he first got into the UFC, he was actually very interesting. He was not really a point fighter. Recently, in a lot of his fights, like these big fights, there's a lot of hype on him, and he's just outpointing the guys. Now, again, that's fine. Win your belt, do this, do that. But for me, I'm looking for the fucking left hand from McGregor, the crazy overhand rights, right? These crazy knockouts, right? Something that Alex Perez could do, something that a lot of these guys can do. Izzy just wasn't really about that. He was, now obviously he knocked out Alex Pereira, so he obviously can do it, but he used to just fight like very aggressively. And I gotta just turn the camera off for a second. And recently he started to kind of fight for points like Floyd Mayweather. And to me, that's kind of just boring, But again, if you love the UFC like I do, you understand it. I understand it, but I just don't like him for that. Ryan J. PPR start Foreman or Hubbard at the flex tonight. I would go with Hubbard. I like Foreman. I think Hubbard's a better running back. And I think Foreman, we're going to see more Roshan Johnson still. So Hubbard, to me, just has a stronger stranglehold over his backfield. I think it's more likely that Hubbard scores compared to Foreman. So that's why I would go with Hubbard. Miguel, thank you for the super chat. Pollard or Montgomery? Thielen or Montgomery? Great question. Oh, man. That's a real tough one. That is a real tough one because not only do you need to start Montgomery, you also probably need to start Pollard, and you also probably need to start Thielen. I have Pollard ranked ahead of Montgomery. I think this is the week where Pollard bounces back against the Giants, so I'm going Pollard. And then Thielen or Montgomery, I'm going to go Thielen because I think Thielen's safer this week than Montgomery. Again, Montgomery's must start, Thielen's must start. I would just say Thielen is probably a little bit safer. So we're going to go Pollard, and we're going Thielen. Adrian, thank you for the super chat. Thoughts? 8-team half PPR DK, Mostert, Adams, or Amon-Ra and JT. Realistically, I would rather have Amon-Ra and JT. I think with Devon A-Chain coming back, Mostert's value dips slightly from an upside standpoint, but I think he's a lot more safe with A-Chain there. I don't like DK. I love Devontae Adams, but again, we can't just sit here and act like Devontae Adams is this fucking condom you wrap around your team, right? He's not very safe. Amon-Ra and JT to me are very safe. They both have huge upside. So I'd rather have Amon-Ra and JT. I don't want anything to do with DK Metcalf. I made that clear all offseason, and I've made it pretty clear this season as well, during the season. Mostert and Adams are fine, but definitely would rather have Amon-Ra and JT. Thank you, Jonathan. I would go with Ferguson. Just too lazy. Thank you for the super chat. Lamar or Stroud? Now, that's a great question because Stroud is obviously coming off of a straight-up heater of a game, and Lamar Jackson has been snoozing. He's taken a nap the last couple of games. With that said, though, I'm not going to be someone that overreacts to the last couple of games of both of these guys' careers, right? The last 2 weeks, right? Because Stroud lost to Bryce Young. Stroud kind of wasn't the best a couple of weeks ago. To me, I have to stick with Lamar Jackson. I got Lamar Jackson so it's S, A, and B tier, right? I'll just use 1, 2, or 3. For me, Lamar is bottom of the tier number 2. Ranked above Lamar in tier 2 is Brock Purdy and Trevor Lawrence. Stroud is the top of tier 3. So there's a tier break for me between the two. Now, again, is it this huge, this wide margin? No, right? Of course, it's not that big of a margin, but it's enough for me to lean with Lamar Jackson. I get the matchup isn't the best, but Lamar typically plays pretty good in these division games, and I think I trust Lamar a lot more. Plus, the Bengals defense some people need to start throwing more respect on the Bengals defense's name. So I go Lamar. Jamie, thank you for the super chat. Full PPR 12-man. Who do you sit? Cooper, Adams, Dell, Gibbs, or DK? All right. I am going to rank them for you guys. I am going to rank them for you. So this is in order of the guys that I want to start the most. Adams would be 1. Cooper would be 2. Nope. We're going Gibbs, Adams, Gibbs, Cooper, DK. I have DK ranked pretty high, but I don't actually I always say this. DK gets a high ranking because of how much upside he has in his offense, but I never want to actually play him if I had him. And then Dell last. So it would be Adams would be my favorite play. Second would be Gibbs. Third would be Cooper. Fourth would be DK. Fifth would be Dell. So if I had to sit 1, it would be Dell. So again, I'm going to just throw that in the chat for you, Jamie. This is my ranking of how I like these guys. So again, 1 Adams, 2 Gibbs, 3 Cooper, 4 DK, 5 Dell. Hope that helps you out. Now, again, the reason why I still have Adams ranked 1, again, because the upside is still there. He shit the bed so many weeks in a row, but the targets were there last week, right? This offense is rejuvenated with what's his name? His name Aiden Pierce. It's A. Pierce, Alec Pierce. That's not his name. Fuck. Antonio Pierce. Coach, new interim coach of the Raiders. They got Aiden O'Connell under center. I'm still confident in Adams. So my most confident plays, it would be Adams, then Gibbs, then Cooper, then DK, then Dell. So if I had to sit 1, it'd be Dell. If I had to sit 2, it would be DK and Dell. And I'm going to send that in the chat for you. It's in the chat. Do you listen to Smashing Pumpkins? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have bad music taste. While I used to be a DJ, I really only listen to like rap, if I'm being honest with you. So no, I do not. But I started to really like country music a lot more, which is a little strange. So I've listened to a lot of country recently. Andrew, thank you for the super chat. And I don't listen to a lot of music, as much music as I used to. Now I kind of just listen to like podcasts when I'm just chilling out. The only time that I'm listening to music is like when I'm not making the videos, but I'm making the script for the videos, like put in the guys in the rankings and all that. Then I'm just blasting some music. Andrew, thank you for the super chat. You're notorious. Congrats on 30K. Thank you. Went from 1-5 in my league, 23 in a row, and only a game back from a playoff spot. Very nice. Just want to say thank you for all your videos. You helped me keep my cool. Thank you, Andrew. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Thank you. I try to help all you guys. As you know, there will be people. Someone said some shit in a video last week that was hilarious. It was like, I listened to your advice and I have one win. And I was like, keep listening. Then maybe you'll get your second win, right? As a joke, right? Not everyone is going to win their league. That would be insane, right? I don't win all my leagues. Shit happens. Injuries happen. You draft a player, you think they're going to be great. They absolutely suck ass, right? Things can go wrong. You can make as many good decisions. Like you could have drafted like Nick Chubb, starts the year off amazing. You could have Nick Chubb. You could have all these great players that just get injured. Justin Jefferson, A-Chain, and it sucks. Kirk Cousins, right? You draft these guys and they get hurt. Justin Fields. It is what it is. You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But what I'm trying to do here is help you guys best win. And hopefully Andrew can eat a W at the end of the season, win his fantasy championship. And I try to help all you guys win your championships. But again, not all of you guys are going to win, obviously. Everyone knows that, though, right? At least anyone that has played fantasy for a while knows that you're not just going to win every single league you play in. For some, it might be easier, right? Me and my dad playing this league with a couple of my friends from high school. And that's a league where we have won. Me or my dad have won. We have two different teams. 7 out of 8 years we've won. There's other leagues I'm in where I haven't won in like 6 years because the competition is much higher. So it just depends. But again, I'm going to try to help you guys win your league, obviously. Emmanuel, thank you again, Andrew. I really appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by all the streams. Again, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below. The best way to help me without you having to spend any money is hitting that like button and leaving comments on the videos. I try to get to all of them, but you guys see the comments. There's like some videos, there's like 300 or 400 comments. It's hard. Manual, I got to get my intern to do that, which I don't actually have an intern. That's like a big joke that I say all the time. Like when someone points out like the graphic is wrong in the video, I'm like, oh, that was just my intern that fucked that up. Obviously, I don't have an intern. Sutton, Judy, or Amari Cooper. Maybe I should get an intern, though. Sutton, Judy, or Amari Cooper. I'd go Amari Cooper. I don't trust Judy at all. I think a lot of people really like Jerry Judy, and I like the talent that he possesses, but he just hasn't done it. He never does it. How many times are people going to talk themselves into Judy? He's not worth it. I'm going to Amari Cooper. I like the upside of Amari Cooper. I like the offense. I hate the matchup, but I'm going with Amari Cooper. I just trust him way more than I trust Sutton or Jerry Judy. Because, again, I don't really trust them. Thank you, Rob. I really appreciate the super chat. Need 2. Javonte, Bijan, or Gus. I'm going Bijan, and I'm going Gus. Now, you can't sit Bijan. To me, there is no way that I can argue with you to sit Bijan Robinson. There is just no fucking way. There is no way I can sit Bijan Robinson. I know Bijan Robinson has been sucking. I know Bijan Robinson hasn't been very good. But at the end of the day, that's because of Arthur Smith. Eventually, something's going to click in that small pea head brain of his, and we're going to start seeing a lot more Bijan Robinson. So I can't sit Bijan. And then between Gus and Javonte, it seems like Keaton Mitchell might not play, and I cannot sit someone that is as on fire as Gus Edwards. When a player is running that hot, I simply cannot sit him. I just can't. Regardless of how much people want to talk about, Gus this, Gus that, there is just no way that I'm sitting him. So we're going Gus Edwards, and we are going with Bijan Robinson. Andrew, thank you for the super chat yet again. I appreciate you. Same with Keith. Let me check for both of your guys' questions. Jefferson came back by week 11. If so, do you think he'll flow with Dobbs as the quarterback? 100%. 100%. Now, again, is Dobbs going to look how he looked last week every week? Of course not. Is Dobbs going to be even that amazing of a quarterback? No. He's going to have a couple of great games. He's going to be okay, right? But you don't need Dobbs to go out there and look like Kirk Cousins, right? You don't need Dobbs to go out there and be Patrick Mahomes. You don't even need him to be like Brock Purdy or something. All you need is someone that is just halfway mid to play quarterback like Josh Dobbs, and Jefferson will be great. Jefferson is one of the best receivers in the NFL. And again, Sutton has 3 touchdowns in 3 straight weeks. Why don't I trust him? I just don't trust him as much as I trust Amari Cooper. And why you might be a little bit nervous about Sutton is because Russell Wilson's the quarterback. But again, maybe I worded that wrong. I do trust Sutton way more than Judy. So if I said that wrong, I apologize. Sometimes when you're live, you say shit, you can't edit it out because I already said it. You know, you've already fucking heard it. All right, thank you for the super chat again, Andrew. So yeah, I'm very confident. If Jefferson's back, you have to rank him inside the top 5. Literally, Andrew, me, you, anyone you know could suit up as the quarterback, and he'd probably be fine. Keith, thank you for the super chat. Very cute, baby, you got there. I don't know why the fuck I just spelled your name so wrong when I'm trying to type your name in. Keith, thank you for the super chat. Keith said, who to flex, Deontay Johnson or Amari Cooper full PPR? Great question. Great question. For me, I don't think you can fade Deontay Johnson yet. Amari Cooper has a tougher matchup. Deontay Johnson just went out there and balled. He's been balling all 3 weeks. He has been healthy. So again, I would not panic on Deontay Johnson. I wouldn't worry at all. He had a great game last week. I just don't think you can stay away from him. I think even if Kenny Pickett sucks donkey cock like we all know he does, you have to lean with Deontay Johnson. So I'm not saying Deontay Johnson. I'm playing Deontay Johnson over Amari Cooper 100 times, especially in PPR. Deontay Johnson's a must start. What is your highest paid league? $350 is the entry fee. Robert, thank you for the super chat. 10-team PPR, I'm 8-1. Very nice. Should I trade my Keenan Allen and Mostert for ETN with A-Chain most likely coming back soon? I think it's favorable. Thoughts? See, the thing is, I get where you're coming from. I think A-Chain helps Mostert. Because Mostert, if you're watching the Dolphins games as intently as I am, fucking staring with my eyes spread open, staring at that shit, what you'll see is that Mostert looks good, right? But then they give the ball to Salvon Ahmed, and Salvon Ahmed doesn't have the juice that A-Chain has, and it kind of slows their game down, and it puts them sometimes in a hole because Salvon Ahmed's getting you 2-3 yards a carry. But when A-Chain's out there bursting off a 20-yard run, now the defense is tired. Mostert comes in. He can burst off those big runs as well. So I actually think Mostert has more value, which might sound crazy. I think he has more value when A-Chain's there. Now, obviously, there's going to be games when A-Chain is hitting the fucking gritty in the end zone, right? He's dancing in the end zone. He has 2 touchdowns, and Mostert's cucked, and he has none, right? But I think you could also see the other way. A-Chain runs him up the field. A-Chain's tired. He's gassed. He's getting the IV strip on the sideline, drinking some liquid IV, and then they jam Mostert in there. So I actually think Mostert has more value than you would think. The thing is, ETN, way better than I thought he would be this season, but I can't give up Keenan Allen and Mostert to get him. I think Keenan Allen is a top 5 receiver most weeks in my rankings. Mostert, even with A-Chain, probably a top 12, 15 running back every single week. I don't think I can do that. Even with how much I love ETN, I don't think I could do that personally. FZ Ware, thank you for the super chat. Metcalf, DJ Moore, JSN, Hunt, Foreman, and Charbonnet need a running back, wide receiver, and a flex in full PPR. Great question there. So I am going to go with Foreman. I am going to go with DJ Moore, and I am going to go with DK Metcalf. Now, the reason to go Foreman is I feel like Foreman is a little bit safer than Hunt, knowing now that Jerome Ford F-150 is fully healthy. Charbonnet feels like a toss-up, right? If Kenneth Walker somehow doesn't play, you can play Charbonnet over Metcalf as your flex. But I think Walker's probably going to end up playing. It's probably going to be a close split. So we're going to go Metcalf. We're going to go DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore revenge game has a decent game. And then Foreman. I don't hate Hunt or JSN. I would be very nervous to start Zach Charbonnet. So I'm going to go Metcalf. Metcalf hasn't played the best recently, but Metcalf also won't fuck you over if you play him. Whereas I think JSN could. So Metcalf, DJ Moore, and Foreman would be the answer. Make sure that you put Metcalf in your flex. That's the answer. Metcalf, Foreman, and DJ Moore. Go Bills. What a name. The Bills are obviously in a tough spot right now. I don't want to just go off against the Bills because I know you're a Bills fan. You sent me super chats. So I appreciate you. Merry Christmas to you. You got the Christmas tree up. Let's go Barkley, Hopkins, Hollywood, Godwin. I would go with Hopkins. Now, I think Barkley is going to be just fine against the Dallas Cowboys, but there's a chance that this game gets out of hand, right? There's a chance that this game gets buck wild where the Cowboys defense is just all over the offense and this game is just a shellacking, right? Where the Giants are just down and out for the count within the first 2 quarters. And obviously, if you're down that bad, Saquon's not going to get as many touches. So, for me, I'm going with Hopkins. I know he had a down game last week, but the targets are there. He to me, is the safest option with probably the highest upside. 2 flex. Foreman, Ayuk, McLaurin, Javonte, Dotson, JSN. Great question. Can't sit Ayuk, and I can't sit McLaurin. I love Javonte. I love Dotson this week, but I got to go Ayuk. Even with Debo back, I actually think that might help out Ayuk a little bit more now that he doesn't take on the number 1 corner on each team. And then I would go with McLaurin. McLaurin has been on fire, and I think McLaurin continues that heat this week. I feel like the Commanders could have a very solid game. So I'm going McLaurin, and I'm going Ayuk. Rock out with your cock out. That one's a little bit easy. And then or put Foreman or Javonte and running back for Walker. So what you're going to want to do with Kenneth Walker is I'm going to give you kind of a half-assed answer here. So I definitely want to play McLaurin and Ayuk. So what you're going to do is wait until Sunday. We are going to have a way clearer idea of what's happening on Sunday. Is Walker limited? Is he limited tomorrow in practice? Is he limited on Friday? Because then if he's super limited, you probably think, oh, fuck. Maybe I shouldn't play him and maybe I should play Javonte instead. So what you're going to do is leave Walker in your lineup and then you're going to just wait a little bit, and see on Sunday, hey, is Walker fully healthy? If Walker's not fully healthy, you go with Javonte. That's my answer. I would stick Walker in the lineup right now, but you can pivot if things change. Thank you guys all so much for the super chats. Let me make sure I got to all of them here. And we did. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you. So again, for your flex, you're going Ayuk and McLaurin, and I'm sticking with Walker right now, but then if Walker seems a little bit unhealthy, go ahead and go with Walker. And then go ahead and go with Javonte. You don't need to fuck with Foreman. With the team you have, you don't need to fuck with Foreman. Fuck no, baby. Yeah, Caitlin, I did see that. I am definitely considering that. It is... Trying to get merch that actually is good is very difficult because I don't want to just sell you guys something that you wash it 5 times and it's fucked up, right? To me, that's not what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to get something that, thank you. Whoever said nice hat. Thank you, Andrew. I'm not trying to, sell you guys something that's bad, right? There's a reason why if you're part of the Patreon, you get every single day, 4 or 5 times a day, I'm checking the Patreon, answering questions. I upload my rankings. Probably there's most weeks 3 or 4 different updates to the rankings because if you guys are paying for something, I take it very seriously. So I don't want to give you guys some merch and then the merch isn't the best quality. So that's why it takes a little bit longer to kind of figure out. And again, because to me, quality is very important. Go Stars, baby. I've been a Devils fan for a long time. I live in New Jersey, obviously. I know there's actually a lot of Devils Dolphins fans, so it's not actually as weird as you might think. It's really not that out of the ordinary. Deka, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Deka, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate you. Start 3, Thielen, Wilson, Freeman, Foreman, Cooper, DJ Moore. Got to play Thielen. Don't overthink Thielen. You got to play Thielen. He has 1 down game. Play Thielen. Wilson, great matchup, great player. I know Zach Wilson sucks, but you got to play Wilson. Then you enter into the danger zone with DJ Moore, Cooper, and Foreman. If you want the safest option, I want 10 points, lock and load it, go Cooper. If you're feeling frisky, go DJ Moore. You're hunting for the upside, go DJ Moore. Personally, based upon my rankings, it would be Thielen, Wilson, and DJ Moore. But if you want to be safe, go Cooper over DJ Moore. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. All right. 1 second, fellas and ladies, obviously. A couple of ladies in here. That's always so funny to me that my channel isn't just 100% men watching. Shout out Caitlin. There's other women that watch as well. 1 second. Let me just take a picture of this real quick, and then I'm going to go back, snap back to reality, and answer your guys' questions. Appreciate all you guys again. Thank you guys for watching the stream. It means the world to me again. Make sure you guys hit the like button. The best way to help me is by hitting the like button. It's the best way to boost the stream so that the most amount of people can see it. And yeah, just make sure you like the stream. All right. There's ladies here? Yeah, there is. Make sure to leave your question in the chat, Dominique. I appreciate it. Unless you already typed it, which I could find. I'm using my wife's account. Too lazy, LOL. That's funny. All right, let me check for this question here. And then if they didn't type it in the chat yet, it's okay. We'll wait. Dominique. Fuck, I spelled your name wrong. Oh, it's because it hasn't loaded yet. Duh. I gotta let the chat load. Footloose. With the flex, which in the flex, David Montgomery, DK Metcalf, James Conner, Jerome Ford, Scary Terry. All right. I think David Montgomery is going to play. You're going David Montgomery. If David Montgomery does not play, I'll give you a second option. So whip out your phone, whip out a piece of paper. Do any of you guys actually, this is a real question. Does anyone have a piece of paper sitting next to them? Now, if you do, you're a real official, unlike me. I don't have any paper anywhere near me. I've got a Five Guys cup, a water bottle, my Manscaped razor thing, my AirPods. I don't have a piece of paper. But write this down somewhere. If David Montgomery doesn't play, you're going to play Scary Terry. But I'm going David Montgomery. But again, if David Montgomery doesn't play, you're going Scary Terry. And then you had another question. Flex, David Montgomery, Jerome Ford, Connor, Metcalf. David Montgomery, and if David Montgomery doesn't play, you're going Connor. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate you. Great success. Emmanuel. You're a guy. I know. I figured that when you said that. Caitlin, I think, is a woman. That's a joke, obviously. She very much is. My fiance may be watching, so there's at least maybe 2 women watching this. Emmanuel Ocampo says, Brock Purdy or Will Levis? I know Brock Purdy sucked ass the last couple of games, but don't be crazy and sit Brock Purdy. Like, Brock Purdy, even in his shit games, has done fine for fantasy, so don't get overly cute here. Don't panic too much about those down games for Brock Purdy. Just go ahead and play him. Again, Levis is fine, but he's not even on the same stratosphere as Purdy. Plus, I think Deebo Samuel coming back is a humongous big boost for Mr. Brock Purdy. So yeah, go Brock Purdy. You got a pen and paper. You got a notebook. See, you guys are much more prepared than myself. If I have to write something down, it's going on the computer. My friend Eitan Shander, works at Stochastic. When me and him used to do a show, this motherfucker would show up. I have all of these like notes written down, right? For like the fantasy show. Oh, this, that, and the other thing back when I worked there. And he'd whip out like a fucking deck of papers. There'd be like, it was like a briefcase. There'd be like 20 papers here with like 1 million stats. It was crazy. I didn't know people, Eitan's not that old. It's not like he's like fucking pushing 80, and I always thought that was funny. Tyler, thank you for the super chat. Deontay Johnson, McLaurin, Ridley, pick 2, Pikachu. Gotcha. Deontay Johnson and McLaurin. Now, I want to ride with Calvin Ridley. I want to believe that Calvin Ridley still got it in him, and I think he does. I think he's still got that juice in him. I think coming out the bye week, maybe this is the hottest we see Calvin Ridley. But at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, with your life on the line, would you really play Calvin Ridley? If I needed Calvin Ridley to get 5 points, and if not, I was going to get executed, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if I would live or not. So with that said, I'm going McLaurin and Deontay Johnson. I can't sit McLaurin. He's been on fire. Deontay Johnson's been on fire ever since he returned from injury. To me, this is one of those kind of no-brainers. You don't want to overthink things. Go ahead and let's go with Deontay Johnson and Terry McLaurin. Again, don't get cute. Don't overthink things. Deontay Johnson, Terry McLaurin. All right. Most people are telling me to play Levis, but I agree with you. Purdy for the win. Yes, sir. Next question here. Pick 2. Nico, Montgomery, Ridley, and Foreman. Montgomery and Nico, cousin. Let's go bowling. See, a lot of players have these like nicknames, right? And I never know how many of you guys actually know what some of the nicknames are from. Like Nico Cousin, Let's Go Bowling, obviously, is from Grand Theft Auto 4. GTA 6 is allegedly coming out soon, which will be sick. And people are talking about how they want to play that shit on their PS4. If you put GTA 6 in your PS4, your fucking house would explode. Your house would explode. Now, the question is that I've been pondering is selling my Xbox to get a PlayStation. I don't know if it's actually worth it, but I really want to play Spider-Man. Dressed like Spider-Man, all red today, baby. I'm not huge into Marvel movies or anything. I just always liked Spider-Man ever since I was a kid. All right. Dotson or Foreman? Foreman. That's a lie. Dotson. Lamar and Andrew Stack. Lamar and Andrew Stack is chef's kiss. I wanted to try and trade away Ingram, but Kincaid hasn't had a bye week, so I'm going to need Ingram for... Yeah, you can get rid of Ingram because you're only ever going to play him once. So just trade him away and then pick someone up week 13. Want to pick up women in the club. I used to do this before I was married. When you see random girls say, hey, Sarah, not her name. And 8 out of 10, they will say that's not their name and say, oh, you look like this pretty girl I know named Sarah. Show her a fake photo. Lol, then get their number. There's literally no way that works. But again, I have a fiance, so I don't need to use that. That's for chat, though. Chat's trying to get a little rizzy. Always wonder where the Nico bowling reference is from. Yeah, it's Nico's cousin, whatever the fuck his name is in the game. He's always like, Nico, cousin, let's go bowling. That's what it's from. And cousin Collins, kind of similar. Again, it's just all random thing. Like the other day I was recording and it hit me that we got Chase Young, Moolah Baby. Young Moolah Baby, obviously Lil Wayne. That just came to my head randomly, and now I just call him that every single time. I got to think of more nicknames, though. Again, during the summer is when the nicknames really come to me the most because we're talking about players so often, so many different players. And the problem is some guys get nicknames and then they never are very good in the NFL. So the nicknames, they're cool and then they're gone. Spock has never been on one of the shows, but Spock has always been in the chat. And yeah, I just don't want to do a hot mic anymore. This is relaxing. I gotcha. Yeah, if Spock ever wanted to come on, he's more than welcome. If he just likes sitting behind the screen, that's fine as well, obviously. It is a lot more relaxing, chilling back, you know? But yeah, it's I appreciate Spock. I appreciate all you guys. I love you guys all so much, so thank you. Spock's been one of the day one supporters. Spock's been here since basically Vietnam, since the start of the channel, so it means the world to me. Spock's always here. And all you guys, I really appreciate you all. Again, anytime I say like what I said is like that this isn't relaxing, this is very fun, obviously. Like this is, to me, the streams are the most fun thing I do all week. And obviously it does, as we get deeper and deeper into the season, it becomes more and more of like a chore, not to live stream, but to make certain videos. But at the end of the day, right, I'm not going to sit here and complain, right? I'm not going to say like, oh my God, this job is so hard, because anyone who says that to me is kind of like lying to themselves, right? Because if I had to go work a 9 to 5 every single day, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much as doing this, obviously. All right. Thank you for the question. Sorry, guys, I was just doing something. Najhe Nolan. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I apologize. Pick one. Boyd, Downs, Flowers, Shakir. Thanks for everything. No problem. You're going Flowers. Tyler says, come on, guys. Give this man money. $2 holla. That's a fact. That's a fact. My fucking, obviously, this is not actually something that matters. So again, don't super chat because I say this, but I have to pay my student loans tomorrow. They auto come out of my bank account, and that feels like Deontay Wilder right hand. That the amount of money that student loans cost is insane. Now I didn't go to and obviously I chose to accept that, so I'm not complaining about it. At the end of the day, I got to pay them. I went to college. I graduated from college. I'm a scholar and a gentleman, but I didn't even go to that expensive of a school, and it's still expensive. Some of my friends went to much bigger schools, and they are probably just swimming in debt, which sucks, obviously. That's why I went to a smaller school. I've already said which school I went to a bunch of times, so some of you guys might even already know. Zach Dabney says, thank you again, Tyler. I appreciate it. Pick 2 PPR, Donta Foreman, Addison, Jerome Ford, DJ Moore. Dude, is someone fucking calling me? Donta Foreman, Addison, Jerome Ford, DJ Moore. Let's go. Oh, this is a tough one. I'm going Addison. And Ford. I'm going Addison and Ford. That feels the safest. Addison and Ford. It feels gross, but it feels the safest too. Addison and Ford for me. Oof. That's a tough one, though. Addison and Ford. Flex, Ridley or Gibbs? All right. Ridley or Gibbs? I have to go with Gibbs. Again, I like Ridley. I still believe in Ridley, but let's be honest with you. Let's call a spade a spade. Even with David Montgomery back, it feels I would feel so much more confident entering into my week knowing that Gibbs was in my lineup instead of Ridley. Now I hope Ridley scores 1,000 points. I have to play Ridley in a lot of my leagues because my receiver cores are kind of dog shit, so I got to play Ridley. But I would go in your scenario, it's Gibbs 100% and twice on Sunday. I'm not even going to overthink things with Gibbs and Ridley. It's 100% Gibbs. Again, Gibbs might not have the biggest game, but he has the upside. He's a very talented player. He's been he's just been good, and he has that breakaway speed to where you get him. Even if he doesn't get as many touches, he gets 10 touches. He could take one of those to the crib easily. So with Ridley, you're kind of more relying on Trevor Lawrence feeding him the rock, and we've seen it. He kind of fades away from him sometimes. So we're going Gibbs. Mike, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate you as well. Let me see if you asked a question in chat. I'll make sure to answer it. I'm waiting for the chat to load because, again, once I click on new stuff, it takes a little bit for the chat to load. All right. Are the Devils your favorite hockey team? You said earlier. The answer was yes to that one. I've been a Devils fan for a long time. I think I answered that before, but I don't remember. I'm not a Leafs fan. There are Leafs fans, though, that are in the chat because we've talked about hockey before. Maybe they're not in the chat right now, but there are Leafs fans that follow me because I've talked to people on Twitter about hockey, and there's a couple Leafs fans that at least follow me on Twitter. And let's see here. I love when Nick says the Raiders. The Raiders! I wish I did that better. That was kind of shit. The Las Vegas Raiders. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate you. If you got a question, make sure you leave it in chat and I'll answer it for you. Oh, man. Community College of the Air Force. Ooh. I did not know about that. My dad was in the Air Force. Oh, man, dude. It is hot as a fucking bag of cocks in here. It is so hot in my room. I just had to point the fan towards me. Oh, man. All right, sorry. I don't know why the hell my brain just shut off. John says, I got student loans for my MBA and they're like 10,000 over the span of 3 years, and balance is the same as when I started paying. LOL. Yeah. Shit's crazy. You went to the University of North Texas. Mean Green. I think I've heard of them. I went to William Patterson University. I've already said that a million times. I've worn it like the shirts in my videos. It's not a big university at all. There's a school that's near me. That's good. Good enough, at least, you know? I graduated, so how great could it possibly be, right? They gave me a fucking diploma. Wish I could do the Paulie Walnuts laugh. Oh, that man is so fucking funny. All right. Later, everyone. Good luck. See you, Brian. Good luck, man. RJ, thank you for the super chat. Got Taysom Hill, McBride, and Ferg. Who do I start? Also picked up Dave Montgomery to replace Jacoby at my flex with ETN and KW3 at the running back. Switch any positions between all these guys. Okay, I gotcha. It's kind of a loaded question, but that's okay. Taysom Hill, McBride, and Ferg. Now, let me consult the rankings real quick because I think my rankings are going to tell you to go Ferguson, but I've continued to keep moving Taysom Hill up. So maybe we'll have to update the rankings again tomorrow and move Taysom Hill even further up the rankings. So let's see. Let's take a gander. Okay, never mind. I did move Taysom Hill ahead of Ferguson. I get that Taysom Hill is definitely more risky than Ferguson, right? I 100% get that. But for me, I am going with Taysom Hill over Ferguson. 100%. So we're going Taysom Hill. The upside's there. We've seen the upside over the last couple of weeks, and I think the upside pops off yet again this week. So we're going Taysom Hill. And you picked up Dave Montgomery to replace Jacoby Myers. Okay. So what I'm going to do this week is I'm playing David Montgomery, ETN, and Jacoby Myers. I'm sitting Kenneth Walker down. He's banged up going into the week, and Charbonnet is kind of sniffing up his ass. When you have a guy like Jacoby Myers, there's really no need to overreact and play someone else. So we're going to go Taysom Hill, David Montgomery, ETN, and Jacoby Myers. Again, I don't think it's time to fully panic off of Kenneth Walker III, but I've said this a few times. If you have Kenneth Walker and there's someone that wants to come by and they're purchasing him as if how he was performing earlier on in the season, as if Zach Charbonnet was not as much of a factor, you should be selling. Now, again, I'm not trying to sell him for the penny on a dollar, right? But you shouldn't be fucking holding on to him, just thinking everything's going to change, because I don't think there's a guaranteed chance that he does change. So I'm going Taysom, David Montgomery, ETN, and Jacoby Myers. You went to Sunny. That's in New York, right? I believe. I'm shaking in my boots over Kenneth Walker. Would you play Thielen or skip this game and play Montgomery or Deontay Johnson instead? No, I'm playing Thielen. Nick, you should hit up EA and do the Raiders. They will replace the EA Sports. It's in the game soundbite. They should do that. EA is so bad, man. It like hurts me as someone that loved Madden growing up. It's like EA is like one of the most fraudulent fucking companies out there. They're just like the people who make Call of Duty. They keep shilling out these garbage games. Everyone buys them. I don't buy Madden anymore. I have Game Pass on Xbox, so I played like the 10-hour free trial. I ain't buying that. I'm not giving them their money. I love Call of Duty. I loved the original Modern Warfare 2 that came out when I was like 10 years old. I don't think I'm going to buy the new one. I don't think so. I used to love this stuff, and it's like, I don't know. It just pushes me the wrong way that these companies just try to fuck you out of money. Gorilla Kid, thank you for the super chat. I'll take a look for your question. It's like I'm getting tired of getting screwed here by this shit. All right, Gorilla Kid, thank you for the super chat. I'm waiting for all the comments to load just to make sure you didn't have two different questions. All right. I'm letting all the questions load real quick. James Conner, you think will play this weekend? Daddy. DeMarcus, don't call me that. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think he plays. No question, just showing some love. Like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. The man deserves it. Thank you, Sean. I really appreciate you. Gorilla Kid, I'm waiting for all the chat to load on my other screen, and I'm going to get to your question. I'm not skipping you, obviously. Chuba Hubbard, Gibbs, or James Conner this week? I would go James Conner, Kent. All right, I think I have Gorilla Kid's question. I think I got it. He said, do I drop Fournette for the Raiders defense? He has the Browns D. The Raiders have a better matchup, and you need the points. Ooh, that is tough. Now, you said keeping the Browns, but Raiders have a better matchup this week. So let's think about this. If you feel like you truly need the points, like if you feel like the Browns can't give you the points, if you think like I'm going to lose if I don't go with the Raiders defense, then do it. If you really have to. But I think Leonard Fournette might end up being a league-winning running back. I really do. I don't think Leonard Fournette is as bad as a lot of people make him out to be. I think that in this offense, we will probably see a breakout of fuck, what did I just forget what I was talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, what? I just had a severe brain fart. That's why. Okay. I just put the same lineup in twice. I'll fix that in a minute. But what I was going to say is that I think that Leonard Fournette has league-winning upside. Now, by saying that you need to go ahead and just jam him out there, of course not. So if you want to pick up the Raiders, then go ahead. I'd be fine cutting Fournette if I'm being honest with you. So that's just how I feel about things. I don't know why I just had a fucking severe brain fart. Trying to figure things out here. But it's because I put the same lineup into something twice that I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do that. All right. So, yeah, I'd be fine getting rid of Leonard Fournette if you had to. Again, only if you truly have to, though. All right. Just traded Kincaid, Rashee Rice, and Eli Mitchell for Ford and Kyron Williams. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Not again. I learned a game from William Wesley. You can never check me. Yeah, dude. His hammies are huge. Leonard Fournette. I can't fucking find this lineup. I wish I knew how to use DraftKings a little bit better. All right. I'm just going to put this out of lineup and then figure it out after. Let's hear your opinion on Kyler Murray. Risk it for the biscuit with Hurts on the bye. I like Kyler Murray. So, yeah, I would risk it. Arizona traded Dobbs. They must feel like good about Kyler. I agree. Or they feel like Kyler isn't good enough to just tank. You know, that's also a thought that you could have, right? That they're just trying to tank. They're trying to lose every single fucking game, which is entirely possible. Foreman. All right. Connor, Stevenson, Mixon, or Henry, pick 3. Mixon, Henry, Connor. Trade Ayuk for Madison if thin at running back. You need more than Madison if you're trading Ayuk. 100%. This is my team. I trade away Ingram. What position should I target? I would look to position yourself into a better running back. Nick, do you think Nico Collins will play? Yeah, I do. Oh, what the fuck? All right. Let's just do it this way. All right. Let's just do it this way. It's way easier. Let's see here. I don't know why my brain, I just had like a severe brain fart right there. Upload lineups. All right. Contests. Sorry guys. I'm just doing something really quick and then we will get back into what I was doing. God damn it. Fuck. I wish I knew how to do this. I don't know. Sorry. Nick, do you think Nico Collins will play? Yeah. Maybe Montez Sweat will step up. Maybe. Do I trade Alvin Kamara and Dante for Tyreek and Jerome Ford? Fuck no, baby. No way. No way, Jose. DJ Moore. And then it's 1 second, guys. I'm just figuring something out. I apologize. There we go. We figured it out, guys. Only took me 30,000 minutes to figure that shit out. Okay, so no, I would not do that trade. All right, let's rip off a bunch of questions now. Now that I'm fully focused. Sorry. You think Herbert will play and put him in for Javonte Williams or Chuba? You talking about Khalil Herbert? Because Khalil Herbert's not going to play. Unless you're talking about Justin Herbert, but that wouldn't make very much sense. So no, Herbert's not playing, at least based on what I read earlier. Khalil Herbert. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. Updates on Khalil Herbert won't play. Okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, I would definitely play Javonte Williams over Chuba. Oh man, sorry for like fucking groaning like a dumbass. Javonte or Chuba? I'm gonna check my rankings because that's close. Nick, you watching the game right now? Also, how about an all-day Thanksgiving stream? I wish. I wish I had more time on Thanksgiving. I would do that. Let's see. Chuba. All right, I have Javonte over Chuba. So we're going Javonte over Chuba. So Herbert's not playing, and you should be playing Javonte over Chuba. If you have to play both, that's fine because they're in the same tier. Thank you for the super chat. I will be streaming on Thanksgiving. We'll be live Thanksgiving morning prior to the kick of the first game, which is probably the Lions game, I would assume. I don't even remember all the games on Thanksgiving, but there's always a Lions game. There's always a Dallas Cowboys game. So they'll be playing. But yeah. That's how the cookie's going to crumble on Thanksgiving. We will be live, but again, it's not going to be like some crazy long live stream. I don't even expect, normally there's not a lot of people that show up on Thanksgiving to live stream because people are with their family, which is okay, you know. Bears or Seahawks defense, also Chuba or Hunt. I would go with the Bears defense. Now I'd go with the Seahawks defense, and then Chuba or Hunt, I'm going Chuba Los. And then Gorilla Kid, the more I've thought about it, what I would probably do is just play the Browns defense and keep Fournette. The more I've thought about it, that's how we're going to sit here. I don't think that the Browns defense is going to go crazy this week, but it's possible that they do. They are a great defense. They could hit Lamar. They could turn him over. And again, I think Fournette actually has league-winning upside. So I kind of take back what I said before. I think you should probably be trying to hold hold Fournette. And then again, I would have the Seahawks defense over the Bears, and then I have Chuba over Hunt. That's how I feel. All right. Nick, you watching the game right now? What time does the game start? It's at 8:15, right? Or is it 8:20? Whenever the game starts. Yeah, Chicago normally plays 2 as well. I don't know why I forgot them. I'll be watching the game on my lonesome. To be honest with you, this game, like, look, if you don't have anyone playing in the game tonight, just don't watch it. Look, again, I love football. I'm going to watch it because if I don't watch it, then how am I going to tell you what the fuck happened, right? How am I going to remember it? But what I'll tell you is that if you're not me or if you don't have fantasy players in this game, just go to bed, or go watch something on TV, right? Because realistically, I would just go watch the fucking Sopranos, but instead I got to watch this, All right, everyone's going to be here. Y'all be here on Thanksgiving. I appreciate it. Do I play more over Dell and Nico? I would play more over Dell. Boring game tonight. Very boring game. 7:15 EST. Motherfucker using, CST. Some fake time. I turned 33 on the 26th. Happy early birthday. Let's see if I can remember that. The answer is probably not. I am very bad with dates. I am so bad with dates. It is unbelievable. I know my birthday. It's May 26th, 1999. But I'm bad with birthdays. Thank you, Andrew, for the super chat. Start 2. Douglas, assuming he plays. I assume he plays 2. Boyd or London. And go Lions, baby. Great show, bro. I catch you Sunday or next Thursday. Thank you, Andrew. See you Sunday or next Thursday, We'll have a fun time. So Boyd, London, or Douglas? All right, let's look up Drizzy Drake London's health situation right now because I don't want to speak without fully knowing. All right, Drake London. Got my bitch from London. All right, Drake London practiced fully today. That was reported 1 hour ago. All right, so we're going Drake London and we're going Tyler Boyd. I know everyone loves Demario Douglas, but 100% playing Boyd over him. That matchup screams of points against the Houston Texans, reeks of points. That game in London might be a snooze fest. Like, again, that's another game if you're not a Patriots fan, you're not a Colts fan, go to sleep or half watch it in the morning while you're laying in bed or something. You don't have to get up bright and early and shotgun 4 locos before you watch the game. And Wet Willith. I feel you on that. As a Dolphins fan, when the Dolphins sucked ass and you just had to watch them on prime time, it was tough. So I would go Boyd and London. Go Lions, baby. I'm a Lions guy. I'm rooting for the Lions. In a dream scenario, we get the Dolphins, Lions in the Super Bowl. That would be my hope because I think the Dolphins could beat them. But that would be very fun to watch. Obviously, because a lot of people shit all over the Lions. I've loved the Lions for years. I don't know why it always goes out of there, but yeah. So I'm going Boyd and London over DeMario Douglas. Thank you again for the super chat, Andrew. Go Lions. D-Lo, Flex, Najee Harris, James Conner, or Chuba Hubbard? Great question. I'm going James Conner. And then if for some reason James Conner can't play, then you can just pivot to Najee Harris and it won't be that huge of a blow. James Conner in this offense was really good when he was healthy. And that was an offense that was limited compared to what the offensive output could be with Kyler Murray under center. So I actually think that James Conner could end up being a end of season league winner given he stays healthy. Now, again, we all know James Conner's health. This motherfucker gets hurt every 5 seconds. So let's knock on wood, hope he stays healthy. So I'd go with James Conner as the answer there. As the answer, never questioned. So Boyd is good. Yes, Raquel. I agree. DeMario or Super Mario? Definitely going DeMario. Start Bijan, yes. Half PPR. Mike says, need a wide receiver and a flex. Out of Komet, Gabe Davis, and Drake London. Just go with the receivers. The Seahawks practice participation report finally came out. Walker is good to go. Okay. That's good to hear. I don't know why some teams practice reports like the Falcons we were just talking about. The shit came out an hour ago. Why is that coming out at 7 o'clock? It's not like they had practice at 7 o'clock. They had practice in the morning sometime. Like, it's always so weird. And, like, the Dolphins normally comes out at, like, 1 or 2. You know, that's a pretty fair time. We're on the East Coast. Makes sense. So, I don't know. I always thought that shit was a little weird. A little bit weird. All right. I got to put my first touchdown bets in. Because I fucking forgot. I forgot to do it. Why did you redeem that? If anyone knows what I'm talking about right there, if you know, you know. That's all I'm saying. Why the fuck did you redeem that? That's like anyone who's seen that video knows what I'm talking about. Everyone in my league has at least 2 tight ends, but the guy is Everett and Schultz. Think he'll accept Ingram and Ford or Kyron for JT? Probably not, but you could try. You can try. How y'all feel about having an IR spot? In one of my leagues, the commissioner is totally against it. My league has 2 IR spots. So, like, the league I commission has 2 IR spots. I think you're straight up crazy if you don't have at least 1 IR spot, because it's ridiculous having Justin Jefferson fucking sink your team stock on the bench and you can't do anything about it. Now, again, I get not wanting to have 4 different IR spots, right? Pittman or Thielen. But at least 1 is needed. My league during COVID had, I'm trying to think of how many IR spots. There had to have been like 4 or 5 IR spots during COVID. I just think you almost need it. All right, first touchdown. We're going to go DJ Moore. Oh, it fucking locked as I went to put it in. Cocksuckers. Damn, you hate to see it. You really hate to see it. Damn it. I hate that it does that. The game doesn't even start for a couple more minutes, and they just iced me out. They threw me on ice. Yeah, you need an IR spot. Should I trade Barkley for Jacobs and Higgins? Yes. That's true, John. That's true. And sorry I didn't mute my mic when I was drinking. I completely forgot about it. Dak or Stroud? Dak. Roshan, Charbonnet, or Spears? Spears. Should I start Debo this week? I would have to bench either Nico. Yeah, bench Nico Collins for Debo. Actually, no, I'd play Nico Collins and Deontay Johnson. Choose 3, half PPR, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. Ayuk, Devontae, Chuba, Terry, Jason, Ridley. Ayuk, Devontae, and Terry. Yeah, you 100% need an IR spot. I always thought it was weird when I played in a league that didn't have an IR spot. It's so limiting to your to the season, because then you sometimes you get stuck having to like cut guys you would never want to cut. Like someone you might have to cut like A-Chain. You don't want to cut A-Chain. You know what I'm saying? So like you want to make sure that your league has at least 1 IR spot. I would say 2 due to how hurt people get. Now, there are leagues where I think it's like ESPN where if a player's out, you can put him on the IR. I think that's kind of stupid. Like I think IR should be if the player's actually on the IR, but again, it differs between websites. Stroud is very good. I agree. I think Stroud is going to be the most popular quarterback in DFS this week, and I don't even think it's going to be close. I think everyone's going to jam Stroud in DFS. Pick 2, non-PPR, Deontay Johnson, Drake London, Brian Robinson, Tank Dell. Non-PPR, Deontay Johnson, and Brian Robinson. My fantasy teams are straight up the whole team is on bye. I'll show you guys on the Sunday stream because everyone's dipping out now. But my one team, my Superflex team, literally every single player that is even any good is on bye. I'm hitting up Daily Queen or Dairy Queen. Did you mean? Either way, love it. Next year, we're going to have a vote. Yeah, you got to have a vote. Would you start Mostert with A-Chain playing? Yes, Bill. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Congrats, Tyron. We talked about this a little bit earlier. I actually think with A-Chain back, that helps Mostert out more. And the reason why I think that helps him out is because, again, when you hand the ball to Salvin Ahmed, it goes from like, the Dolphins have a race car offense. Think of it this way. Everyone's fast as fuck. It's like Usain Bolt, you know? And then you hand the ball to Ahmed, And it's like he's like running in molasses, and it like slows the offense down. He gets like 2-3 yards a carry. Then you hand to Mostert, he get 4 or 5. A-Chain could get you 20 yards on any carry. So I actually think A-Chain it slows the defense down. It makes the defense worried. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of Mostert. With A-Chain back, I actually think he's going to be better and more consistent with A-Chain back. Now, again, is he going to score 30 points in any given game with A-Chain? Probably not, but he'll probably be much more safe to get you 15, 18, 20 points. And again, this Dolphins offense has one of the softest schedules you've ever fucking seen in your life until they get to the playoffs for fantasy. Then it gets a little bit tougher. I appreciate you, Tyron. Thank you, Nick and Spock. I'm going to head out. See you guys. Thank you, Spock. Thank you, everyone who watched the stream today. We got 32 super chats, which is Chef's Kiss, McBride, or Ingram, rest of season, Ingram. Appreciate all you guys. Anyone who super chatted, anyone that just was chilling, watching the stream. I hope I got to answer some of your questions. Again, I try to click on as many questions as possible. If I missed your question, just ask it in the chat after. I answer every question on Patreon. If you want to check that out again, you don't need to. It's just a way of getting to me easily, right? If you leave a comment, I don't necessarily always see it. But if you leave a question on Patreon, it gets sent directly to my email. Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Schultz for Jamar McBride. I would rather have Amon-Ra and Schultz. Yeah, Amon-Ra and Schultz. Awesome, Nick and Spock, no problem. Bajent, give me Napoleon Dynamite vibes. He does give me that too. Start 2 tight ends. Start Laporta and Hill this week. Got DeMarco and Javonte Williams if needed at flex. Yeah, I'd play Laporta and Hill. All right, so I'm going to head out. We're like 5 minutes into the game. I haven't even turned the game on yet, so good luck. See all you guys. Have a great one. See you guys Sunday. Much love to everyone in chat. I love all you guys. Thank you again for 30,000 subscribers. Without all of you guys, none of this is possible. I always try to make that very clear. Without you guys, the whole fucking ship sinks. So I appreciate you all. Love you guys. See you on the flippity flop. Good boy. Oh, wait. Was there any more questions? Did I skip something? Adios. Thanks for doing it weekly. Thank you, Clay. I appreciate you for watching. See you, AC. See you, Captain Spock. See you, Bill. See you, John. See you, KJ. See you, Tyron, Labyrinth, AC, Orlando, Jeremiah, Wyatt, Billy, Clay. See all you guys. Adios.